Welcome back, lords and ladies, to Strong Arms and Swift Steel number 2, Hotseat, where I literally just recorded the last turn this morning and now we're on to turn 15, so it feels like it's been a long time, but it's not really been that long. Anyways, with our movement south, we've provoked the Starks to attack. A wise choice. Yes, it was a wise choice. Also, by pulling out, they went in for the kill. Perfectly in range. Not gonna save it though. I'm gonna leave Slint in there. He's gonna either die in the city defending it or run away like a little bitch. But either way, excuse me. Alright, so we have to do some very precise stuff. This is how I remember doing it, at least during my practice stuff. Alright, so they took the bait, which is wunderbar. Of course, they didn't know about Monterey's because it looked like he ran off, which is kind of what I wanted it to look like, kind of. So we do that, execute. Yeah, that works. Basically, I just reloaded and quick saved and stuffed until I had like a little less than 100 losses for me, and Baelor died and Rowan almost died as well. Took heavy casualties there. Alright, then we take... merge. Take you guys. Merge. We'll just do something like that. And then we have a good old 1-to-1. Now, no matter how much I attacked with Monterey's, even though they have legitimately the exact same army, aside from the Old Town nobles, which might have been why I was having a hard time, but no matter how much I attacked, even with the generals next to him and everything, he couldn't win. Even when he got promising attacker, and then I'd use Night Fighter to give me 6 stars to attack. Nope, I could not get this battle to win for me. But that I did. So basically the only way I could figure out how to do this right was just to keep on doing it like the Swiss mod Hotseat, where you have to auto-resolve everything. Well, that's because this is a freaking Hotseat. You have to auto-resolve everything. So I did something like this. Left the bowman. We had more than 56 bowmen. Like I said, we, quick saved and stuff. I just wanted to show you guys that that was possible. Now this next one is actually more difficult than you'd think. Now I could attack with this guy. I could attack with Sandor directly. That won't work because Master Walder Rivers is a night fighter. So, can't do that. Tully, on the other hand, is actually in the best spot possible. So we'll grab everybody, toss them there. All the Kingsguard, and the mountain, of course. Now, this... Shut up, Sandor. What are the Cleganes? I don't know. I have too many Cleganes now. But anyways, this battle, right now, probably won't work. Just like the one where I killed Bolton. It's because even though I had more forces than them, they still beat me. It's kind of... Oh, that's right. I forgot. Ugh, God. I'm probably going to lose it now. Alright, so we got another 3. I was going to say it should be 4-3, so I was like, what the hell? And I use those guys. And it's 4-3. Sandor is... I will say this before we auto-resolve it. I would say about 2 out of 10 times I would get a victory, clear victory. Otherwise, it was just draws, like this. Except that's pretty good. Borderline of victory right there. So just keep quick saving and loading until I got a victory. Now the catch was I could only get a victory if Sandor was leading the reinforcement army next to him. Otherwise, if I use Marbrand, I would not get a victory. Now I needed to use Sandor actually to besiege this place. Plan was to besiege it if I defeated Tully. Because then Tully would leave an opening here, and if I had a strong enough force, I could break through the siege of Riverrun. And then I do something like that with Tywin. Grab Serret. And I did not forget to make rams. I didn't. So then we do that, and then I'll show you guys the full composition of what Adam Marbrand's army looks like after we're done. But as it is, I put Tywin over here. I know through testing that Tywin could get easily destroyed. But Adam holds fast when it comes to the draws. Like I tested it. Just him by himself, he could be fine. But just to be 100% sure that this victory over here doesn't, throw off the algorithm for them being able to, win, I'm making sure by throwing Tywin in here to weaken their forces and however little that he can, maybe by 100, maybe by 200. The hope is it's enough to weaken them to the point where they can't beat Marbrand. Because if Marbrand can break through here, he'll force draw out Riverrun and hopefully defeat, Tully, and he'll be in here, and then I'll be able to besiege the place finally and, win. Of course, that really depends on if I can take out this fort, which kind of depends on if the Starks want to leave the princess there or not. Because if they don't, they're going to be probably fine. Actually, no. Because I was thinking zone of control, so if I'm able to go diagonal one tile, attack Tully, and he goes into Riverrun, then I'd be adjacent to Riverrun and I could besiege it, and they wouldn't be able to sally out, which means their help could not be achieved from here, or if they somehow got a guy around, which is not really possible either, then Riverrun should be ours, theoretically. It just depends if they are able to destroy these sieges. It also just depends if they want to risk throwing men down here. I mean, they could probably be content with just not, which would be perfectly fine with me. But on the other hand, no, it's probably not. In other news, this will make it a lot easier to take out Riverrun because, yeah. So thanks to Cowcow, the new Stark player, I think I might have a chance here. But he's also putting pressure on my other flank. So I put a fort up right there. So then it blocks off, kind of shields our sieges. And I'm just buying time to see what this army does. Now my army over here is strong enough to take it on. It's just I need to know what it's going to do. Plus, if they go for Harrenhal, Orain is already en route. Alright, I'm pretty much just going to show you guys what the end turn looks like. So, see you in a moment. Alright, here we are at the end turn. So this is the final composition. Now, the army that Marbrand had actually got torn to pieces pretty much, and whatever good units they had left, I kind of stuck together, and I'm retraining some of the ones that still have good experience. But he got a silver chevron, and so did Sandor. Now, I don't think Boros Blount had enough movement. Sandor was, yeah, he was able to get to this right here. So So if he had one more movement point, I could have just... would have been so impossible for them to take this river crossing. Or actually, it would have been impossible for them to prevent me from taking it. Because up till now, if we can take this fort, they can't stop us. They legitimately have no way to beat us back. We'll have to either... They'll probably have to have like a full stack in here, which could be possible. Okay, so we'll measure fingers. Oh, it looks like he's just barely in range of River Run. But if I attack this army, then it would just be one tile up, which would be River Run's reinforcements. So if he's not able to get in River Run with these men, then he's probably out of luck. These guys probably have enough move, maybe. Possibly those reinforcements have enough range to get there, but you got fucking... Why? Why do you have that many spear militia? That shit. And they're without armor, except for this one. What the hell? But yeah. Walder Frey is almost dead. He's going to be dead in about 2 or 3 turns of old age. We'll have our Princess Myrcella of age. We can marry her off. I was able to save Tommen Lannister. Just barely. He increased in command, and I want to update everybody on movement. Who's gained movement? Not you. Not you. Certainly not you. Screw you, man. Oh, Oakheart upgraded from logistics understanding to an expert. He's an expert now in logistics. That's that. Lorch. Lorch got understands logistics finally. A little late, but finally. So yes, we're building our stuff. Yeah, but we lost all of our armor upgrades. I don't know what the hell went on there, but... Oh, I know why. It's because the smaller units that Swan had, when they merged together after the battle was done, like they automatically do that sometimes. That's son of a bitch. Ugh. Curse you, Swan. But yeah, we have just enough for a ram here. We're sending reinforcements. Recruiting in both of these places. Eventually I'll have to recruit a unit regardless. I'm capturing this diplomat. You know, I almost wonder, like, do people realize that there's a rule you can capture agents? I mean, that's why Stark has to use princesses, is because, you know, I stole all of their diplomats. Of course, they're about to steal my princess, so I might trade the princess I'm about to acquire here for mine, possibly. I mean, if with some stroke of luck, if they don't attack Tywin and defeat him, I might be able to have 2 princesses, and I would trade the Karstark gal for my bastard daughter, who is still of marrying age. I could marry her off, but I was not given any generals to recruit this turn, so that's strange. Next turn, I'll throw Tyrion in here, probably grabbing at least 2 of these guys. You know, I could probably just grab all of them. But that'd be the best way to throw away our money. Now, either this riots and goes rebel, which is what I really want, or B, it doesn't quite go rebel and they besiege it, which is fine because then I'd get the income for another turn. Either way, the crown lands are gone. So these 3 settlements are going to be etched off my regions controlled. Antlers will be as well, so I'll be down to 20. I'll go back up to 21 if I take River Run out. Now, that being said, they'll probably want to ford up this crossing. It just depends on how many troops I can marshal over to this crossing to reclaim that fort. Hope they don't kill off that rebel army either. The question is if I can just keep this stabilized, this area. Oh, yeah, I didn't throw that. Okay, I was just like, why did I throw a random unit to end my turn? It was just to test movement. But if we can keep this under control and they keep their troops around the area and not move towards Harrenhal or down towards Atlanta, then I won't have to make additional forts. And I could just defend this spot right here. As soon as that port is done building, I know the fleet of Stannis is there, so it should be at least 2 turns before they get over here, which means my port should be done, and that should be an impossible pass. So, thankfully, we're pretty safe. Oakheart is just 1 tile down to the left of Golden Grove. I'm just curious to see what Gimli, the Renly player, will do now that I've shattered his dreams. Oh dear, I feel kind of bad, but at the same time, pretty good. Pretty good. Trying to show you guys. There it is. Okay. So here's the fleet of Randall Tully. I don't really understand what the point is. I suppose by me taking my ships out of the docks, he thinks I might have a bigger fleet, which is what I'm trying to, trying to elaborate, or not elaborate, but the word I'm thinking of is to try and make him think that I have a bigger fleet, which is why I'm trying to hide it, kind of like Davin Lannister. I'm trying to hide it, make it so he can't see it. If he doesn't see it, then he'll be afraid to move, because I could possibly destroy him like he learned over here. So maybe this over here will be a lesson to him, a lesson that he shan't forget. So yeah, losing the rest of the Crown Lands. I'm really hoping that with the Crown Lands gone, that Stannis will focus maybe 1 or 2 stacks over here, and then the rest of his forces will go to attack Renly. Now, that would be good, because then Stannis would have a 2-front war versus just a 1v1 with me. And likewise, I will only have a 2v1 war. Well, technically 3 with the fucking Greyjoys. But Faircastle is reclaimed, and the Westerlands are safe, so I'm pretty happy. 2 more turns of bluffing our position, and we'll be fine. Or at least just 1 more if they move up really fast, really close. Then I could run away, I suppose? I don't know. Possibly. I could move just 1 tile out of range and then use the forces here and here to attack, I guess. Yeah. Also, I started another sailor up here. I might start another 1 or 2 up at Banefort. That way when they're done, we'll just move them over here. Just need to get the shitty ships going fast, because training the big ones just take too long and cost too much money. I'll need to start working on some galleys and a few cogs as soon as I'm available to. So, next turn, expect Tywin to be defeated. Cross your fingers that Adam Marbrand is still around and not defeated. I'd really be disappointed if he was defeated. I would say 20 plus-ish times that I auto-resolved testing wise to see if Adam Marbrand would live, and he got draws every time, even with the 2, 3, this guy, and Bracken. That's 4 generals here, 1 general in Raventree, which is castle, and 3 men-at-arms, along with all these troops. And those combined were able to defeat Tywin easily, which was hilarious, because then it was kind of difficult for them to beat Adam Arbrand, which probably goes to army content, but could also go to something else. Morale. I'm thinking it might be more than just hit points now. It might be morale that really matters for generals. So either way, I threw Mandan and Clegane just to be assured. And I threw more armored sergeants, the best gold cloaks I had left. The rest are scrapped. Probably just settlement holders. At least the one with 50. The others, this one, or no, the one with 50 could just replace and replenish those when I defeat this army and that. Actually, I'll just use the shitty pieces that I have left that weren't able to fill anything like this and these crossbowmen and maybe the knights to take this out. I don't know. All depends on what happens in the next turn, so this really kind of rocked their world. Also, I think it's worth mentioning, I don't know if I already said it or not. Yeah, I think I did, where I didn't have to fight Walder Rivers because he's a night fighter. And I was actually just asked about this before I just posted this and I was just about to record it, and then I had a question about it on the forums from the Stark player. So I explained it to him and I said the zone of control is pretty much just like any siege. It's just a fort, it's just a little tinier. But either way, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you in the next turn. Hopefully we do okay in this hot seat. So I'll see you then. Bear night out.